Ralph, you're interstellar.
Absolutely. That's a wild background. Stepping off the edge of Earth.
The best I could grab. You wouldn't see the other ones.
Okay, while you are waiting, watch my Leuven.
Very nice. Very fresh day. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Late autumn day. Very beautiful.
exactly. And this side is even more clear.
Nice.
University City.
Lovely. Hi, Sam.
Hi.
Hi there.
Damn.
Most boring background.
That's no, that's no background. I've already taken off. That's so fine.
You're who's flying today?
Ralph.
Correct.
Ralph.
Me, yeah.
Okay.
I'm on the airport. Yeah.
I think you're flying Virgin Galactica, yes?
You stop kidding. That's the best background I could grab. You wouldn't like to see the other ones.
Damn, you found something dependably boring behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. You know, the soft yellow undertone of
Yeah, another
Magnolia.
I think it works. Nothing fancy.
It worked. Absolutely.
Oh, geez. I don't recall the last time I actually wore a suit. Actually, the last time I wore a suit was almost 2 months ago at our event. Haven't worn one since.
Oh, yeah. You were wearing one that day. I forgot that.
We all were.
We were all wearing the same suit. I don't know how we managed that, just by chance.
Yes, we had to be corporate.
Right.
All right. Well, I think we kept everybody waiting for a little bit. So let's begin.
Excellent.
This is welcome everyone to another Boardroom Zoom, and we're here finally closing off the early participation program. The last registration came in, and I believe we're just shy of 400,000 registrations. So that's a huge milestone. Congratulations to everyone, and thank you so much for all the hard work put in by the community to spread the word and share with the people around them the opportunity of the early participation program, but more importantly, what Stable DAO aims to achieve, you know, in partnership with various governments, and of course, without a doubt, in partnership and under the guidance of Dr. Farzan Kamalabadi's Future Trends. So the opportunity is to bring centralized financial ecosystems and frameworks into the DeFi world, and have people from the DeFi side participate in what is the most and largest asset class in the world, which is real estate. The opportunity that we've highlighted over the last, I believe, 6 weeks is the opportunity around the rezoning of real estate and the acquisition of strategically positioned inflation-proof farmland, so that we're able to convert that into mixed use to create additional value for, of course, the local people and stakeholders, as well as for our, of course, subscribers and shareholders. I believe that this is a great start. KYCs are still ongoing, still pouring in. We have just over 160,000 KYCs, 2/3 of which we've already done. We are getting there. At this pace, we should be very close to having all KYCs confirmed and finalized in the next 4 days. If not, don't you worry. We are, of course, hard at work and moving that forward. The opportunity we want to now discuss as we move on from the early participation program is the early depositors program. We've named it the EDP, which is to incentivize everybody to participate as well as contribute to the funding of these quality real estate opportunities that the board and I have identified. The EDP is to run for a period of 30 days, starting on the 5th, and the objective is to have everybody activate their positions and take advantage of the existing credits that they have been credited through the EPP, as well as the additional points that we will be issuing as a thank you and loyalty for all your hard work. I just want to highlight that the points have nothing to do with crypto. It is the objective of what we're doing is to incentivize those who are doing the heavy lifting and bringing people into the opportunity. Again, congratulations to everyone. Of course, we at the board are working tirelessly to ensure that the capital is efficiently deployed and secured in an institutional format. And that is why if we are to log into the back end and all subscribers have access to this, you could see that we have put in there the legal contracts, which includes and details out the subscription agreement. So this ensures that all participants are, bound to the fund and have the rights of unit holders, and it also bounds, of course, myself as well as the team here to efficiently deploy the capital and ensure the ongoing success. I guess without further ado, I would like to hand this over to Farzam, who will give us a really amazing update on his progress that he has with the Belgian Renewable Group over, I believe, in London. So over to you, Farzam.
Greetings to you, all the partners and all our support system and all the both contributory and beneficiary community. So I am glad that we are forming a very mature, very unified, what we call a global community and ecosystem that will benefit from the 40 years of preparations and groundbreaking system that we have created. We are a platform of platforms globally in 150 countries. And the power was shown in this past 5 days when and also, of course, I invited Sir Ali Makki. We were in London and we had several events. And in one event, which was the Israeli, the Jewish, and Asian summit, I was the keynote speaker, and we had about 800 participants and a very, very influential group of people. And we basically, really, in reality, dominated the whole event and program, and everybody came to us because we have created the vortex that everybody wants to join. No matter they were the lords or they were the financials, they were financiers from anywhere from India, Israel, top. The Israel's #1 news agency head, who was co-organizer of the event, will be joining us long term. So we have basically a good ecosystem in this groupings. In this trip, I had 30 different loops that I had developed independently, and I put them together. You will be surprised how these are a group of very highly trusting, and they will always be dignity, create what we call vents that are multi-vents looping into each other, and they all have the dignity. So first we signed our MOU for our government bond of $5 billion. And also we signed an agreement on real estate for the whole of London. We have now 3 teams that are each like very large groups and funds that are in the real estate and the development, including the Gecko building, the most famous, most beautiful building of London, is in our hand to bring it to some sovereign wealth funds. So again, the good thing is that when I brought Sir Ali and he met them, he's doing the follow-ups. So, and each one independently had projects for us with the real estate. Now the 3 teams merged together. And then we have another partner which has invited me to become the president of Commonwealth Entrepreneurs Club and also Global Entrepreneurs Club, which we have a very large headquarters in London. And the other co-founder, Mr. Mobin Rafiq, is also tops, receives a lot of prime ministers and a lot of leaders from Asia and elsewhere. So we have a headquarter that has joined us basically. And in the first day upon arrival, we had a grouping of 15 of my top partners like the Tiller Capital, Madam Rashmi, and then this is another set of groups. They were there, and we have so many projects there. We have the telemedicine project there. We have the Kia Bank software, which is the software in the leading world software in the banking of metaverses. And then also we have other programs with Tiller. So the Tiller group was there. I invited Sir Oliver Rothschild. He was there. He came and it was very good because he's all-time friend. He's not from the finance family, but he's from the culture family, still Rothschild family. And then we have also Ali Makki was like leading them all. And we have several groups created, and each one of them, there was another group, Mr. Stephen, from our Messenger Bank, from our metal-backed money, which I am also a shareholder with Kent Christensen. So that whole group I had met in Bahrain before the pandemic. So all of them came together, and they are also have another bond, but this time is Irish stock market, not governmental, but public listed bond in the formation. It still is early stage, but these are all part of the initiatives that we are launching. None of them are only attempts. All of them are solid plans that will one by one confirm, launch, and then we start and we close and we operate. So this is how we do it. We do it in parallel, and each team have their head. But then in between the teams, we are positioning people. So, and nobody bypasses the other, because this is a whole, it's like a fraternity on the highest level form. So everybody goes, and they, of course, they call me the godfather of that in a positive sense. So even Mr. Rafiq over there, I invited him to the event, which was our event, and I introduced him. So everybody rushed to him, and then all his force resources, he rushed to us. So it's like mutually supportive as we have been doing with Trees and Sam. And for your information, Trees, that means that you have now at least 20 other top people in classic finance that will be with you. So all of them are
Amazing.
going to come to Dubai. So we are going to form like head tables of finance, many loops into our super highway. So it's the whole idea is that we have super highway and we have loops of traffic coming in. And so this is what we are doing. As I said, specifically, we signed, we have photos of signing signature for that Commonwealth Entrepreneur Club, giving me now to become the leader there. So we have a signature and signing ceremony photo I'll send you. And then we have signing ceremony of the bond that I will send you, and then also the presentation that I made at the event. So, and then of course, our Belgian Renewable Energy Group, Sir Johan Voss, and he's a serial entrepreneur. He had created Wind Vision in 2002, so 20 years ago, exited it 3-4 years ago for $5.5 billion US. The last chunk was sold to BlackRock. So these are heavy duty players. You know, onshore in Estein, there are 11 towers, each tower 200 meters high, 7.6 megawatts each. 15 years ago, that we are the lead in the world in the onshore power generation of wind. So sold those assets, created the Belgian Renewable Energy Group that I gave the name, and I'm the chairman and 30% shareholder. And so now we have about a project of 2,000 gigawatts. So that means that one is in US and then 1.5 billion each. So $3 billion of assets in the early stage. So after we have done the Malaysia, we have so many other projects. The beauty of the other Belgian renewable energy project is this. First, it is not a very high margin profit, but it is a steady and long term. After the basically construction period and payback period, there is 20 to 25 years of free ride of yield. These are like infrastructure, yield generation, like pension funds love these kind of projects. So they're not risky, they are solid. And then the upside is in tax rebate. Again, we have it in the case of Malaysian project, the upside is in the agricultural land becoming industrial land. Every project has its own spirit and its own attraction. Here it's tax rebates in US that are up to 40% extra profit. And also the yield generation is in optimization when you maintain and operate, and that's the power of the Belgian Renewable Energy Group with the teams that have about combined maybe 70 years of history of operation. And by the way, we have launched a very powerful program, and that is the water. So we have our water in a container. It can be either the large container or the small container. The large container can produce from any source of water, from the seawater that is salty, or from brackish water, or from the rainwater in the ground, or river, or even dams, any source water into any output water, drinkable water. And in fact, our container is somewhere here. In fact, I don't know, I cannot see the container from here. So maybe I'll show you, it's somewhere in that park. We have our container that the government has given full approvals of the environment and of drinkable water and irrigation water, as well as industrial use water, which is more difficult than even drinkable water. So we have, and the point is that it is all on renewable energy and its own storage. It is a container. It is so versatile. It can go anywhere, be installed anywhere, and can be moved anywhere. And it can produce 1 million, basically, liters of water per day. That is 4 million of these 250 cc bottles. It can really give to a whole community or a town. And then we can stack it, 10 of them and 2 layers, 20 of them. This is modular. So this is all Belgian technology, our own technology, and then it's ready to launch. So all of these are, we have literally tons of such projects in our own ownership. We are not talking about third-party projects. So these are a few things to report. So that means that although we are, we can say, closing the subscription period and starting the 1 day of the deposits, and then we transfer it quickly to the project, and then once they have completed the cycle. But then in the next season, for sure, these projects are the projects that will bring online, because I'm the common denominator of ownership of all of these projects. So it is like the same way that I'm a part owner in the Stable DAO or part, let's say, director, the same thing with these projects. So it's like really left hand and right hand basically supporting each other. So that's why we will draw a larger and larger investment community first from the Stable DAO, from the digital, it could be from the crypto community, but we are not launching crypto, but the crypto community will join us, the retail and early mover. And then we have also institutional investors joining us. So, and then we compounded with the bond. And then beyond that, I met Sir Nitin, a very top, what we call high finance. And that is the bank guarantee standby LCs and many other banking notes players in London. And then we have also, we had our Orum consortium of tillers. So Sir Mike, who is tops in the gold and in the gold community of LME here, all the LME are here with us. And also they have the residual gold further extraction. Like in the oil and gas, we have enhanced oil recovery. So, and then this technologies that is already in our own projects in Colombia, which I will take to Zimbabwe. As you remember, we talked about Zimbabwe. So we will take all of, so it was very good. A loop of all these players were converging together. So we will repeat that everywhere. We will come to maybe even someday in Hong Kong, we'll bring all of these players in. Or when we go even New York, we'll bring, we have tons of partners and resources everywhere, but I built them in 40 years, but I didn't let them know each other. Now I am putting the small groups together and then the bigger groups together. So we will have one uniform, unified, not uniform, because it's called unity in diversity, grouping of top investors, top projects, investor community, classic investment community. And for that matter, I don't want to mention the name, but I sat with the newly appointed Kuwait Investment Authority London office, but we don't want to advertise them because that's deep relations that are used only for the high level deals and projects. But anyway, I had a very in-depth discussion with them too, to let them know what we are doing. At any rate, it's between our own partners and team leaders, it's exciting to share the news. And when next time on a Zoom meeting, let Ali Makki, independent of me, tell you his opinion and his read when in this trip. So everybody is excited from morning to the evening. We have loops upon loops of partners sitting together. Okay, for now, I don't think I have lost anything, but so we'll keep in touch.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Farzan, for that wonderful update. I believe you're flying from London in the next couple of days.
Yes, I think 5th or 6th, I will be back. Zimbabwe wants me back there, but I think I should come to Dubai, go to Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and then go to Zimbabwe. Yeah.
Oh,
and
well.
Whatever I mention, I will remind me, I will give you. I'll give you the photo of the container of water in our city hall, in the city park, in the university town, because whatever we claim, we substantiate it immediately. And also my video of the basically the Jewish and Asian summit in, it was at Queen Elizabeth Hall. You cannot imagine any better venue than that. So the Minister of State, we can call him the Minister, the Chancellor, was the first speaker. I was in the panel, the first speaker. So, and we have a owner of about 200, 300 Indian bank branches. He was there with us. And of course, he jumped on the water opportunity. He jumped on our Stable DAO opportunity. So, I mean, when you do things are interplay, it creates, it's the whole idea is what I call abundance economy. We create so much wealth that no partner will become greedy. Everybody will want to be part of the bigger picture. So everybody will want to contribute and everybody wants to benefit. No matter, it's prorated, we call it. No matter large, mid, or small, still they are part of the whole ecosystem. In fact, this is the model of future society. Everybody contributes to make wealth, everybody benefits, no fighting, no quarrel. If there was any fighting, the differentiation of the fighting, we give it to charity. We are doing great causes. So the idea is to create a very unique model where everybody is trusting and trustworthy, everybody is contributing, everybody will receive back, nobody will have the short end of the stick. So it's a whole new models that we want to try and to create. So again, as I said, we will be back in Dubai, and and some of these people will come with us. So we will whoever is in Dubai, we will meet some of these players with us.
Great. So we are definitely on the right track, and we'll be putting, moving forward, a new section on the website so that all the contracts and photos, as well as videos that are being produced by the board and the team, can be documented and timestamped so that everybody can also at the end of each Zoom go and reference the conversations that we've just mentioned. So
you can say prepare themselves for the future when we launch them. So I went up from my jacket to get the passport. Inside the passport, we have a very simple description of what I talked about. This is Belgian Renewable Energy Group. As you see the container, and you see that's from multiple sources of water, and the top different technologies, and then output many sources of many end results of water. And on the 22nd of November, we will be at Geneva with all the UN leaders are there, and Sir Mary Wan, partner in the Tiller Capital, who is also the founder of Bring Hope Foundation, very, very top foundation, one of the only 50 that is approved by Dubai rulers. So that one, we will be in Geneva, and then they are so excited about the different projects, including our Zimbabwe initiative and including this Belgian Renewable Energy Group. So I'm just sharing to have a few of the indication.
Absolutely, that's amazing. I also believe that our president of StableDAO, Tris, and the rest of the board members were in Malaysia, and they actually also met a member of royalty as well, a queen, I suppose. So, Tris, would you like to give us a little bit of an update on that?
Absolutely, yes. We had tea with the Dowager Queen of Qatar in the Ritz-Carlton, and very interesting. She has a very special piece of land which Ralph has seen and Nick is going to see in the northern island of Langkawi. It's quite an enchanting location. An enormous amount of work has gone in from the team here in Malaysia. I'm very, very grateful. I've just seen the effects of everything they've done in the last 3 or 4 days, and I'm really speechless at how much work and preparation has gone into this. And well, we're just so looking forward to proving the model. We have a fantastic project with the Seremban local government and a Seremban here, and we are looking forward to proving the model. Our returns will be really very, very high. And so we're ready to get stuck in. We have held off some of the meetings that we were looking to have because we've extended the time. The reason I think for the extension is really awe-inspiring ability for the network to grow at this point. Amazing what's been going on behind the scenes, also back at your headquarters, and everybody working in other parts of the world. Very, very grateful to them. Very excited to see how we're now going to build this so that we have a fantastically successful launch, like we had, of course, on the stage initially, but we're looking now at the real thing. And I think that'll be on Saturday. And I can't tell you how many people in Malaysia are now looking at this and wanting to prove this to everybody around the world, because we know that once we prove the model, this is going to very large numbers indeed.
Absolutely. This is the first example of our definition of a CDFI, where we combined traditional capital structures with the capital that can come from a DeFi environment. What that means is we're able to bring more people with the smaller ticket sizes into a much bigger opportunity. The decisions that everyone has made to date that contributed to Stable DAO's success is a testament to the significant experience and traditional markets exposure. I am truly grateful to be standing on the shoulders of giants as someone who, of course, comes from a blockchain / technical background and have been thrusted into the midst of the traditional financial world when Australia was the first country to create regulations in this space, and of course our company was in the foray of building out businesses in this space in a regulated environment. So there is significant track record that led to where we are today, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to again be standing on the shoulders of giants. One of those giants is Nick, who I think is the best looking guy and George Clooney imitator out of all of us. So I would like to hand this back to Nick and have him also having, I think, met the Dowager Queen for the first time, give us your thoughts on, of course, the opportunities in Malaysia and the transaction itself.
Thank you, Sam. I feel lucky to be part of the team, and clearly we've created a unique opportunity for the participants in this organization to join us in what should be a very exciting road. The Dowager Queen presented herself immaculate. She is a vibrant and interesting individual, but comes with a deep root of relationships across Malaysia, and was able to talk to us with a great deal of detail in the opportunities that can be awarded to us with our expanding capital base. So for me, it was an honor. It was a pleasure having Ralph and Tris there, who had the opportunity to meet her many times before. Sam, where we are now is an exciting liftoff platform. The opportunities to marry, as you say, the two fields of centralized finance and decentralized finance. Decentralized finance, everybody on this call understands. Centralized finance, we've been lucky to have Dr. Kamadabali and Ralph and Tris and myself to try to marry these two areas and bring them together in an efficient manner. The opportunity is to use fast-paced and shall we say modern techniques from DeFi and apply them to centralized finance at the inflection points, as Dr. Kamadabali is often quick to point out. Apply those inflection points so that we can realize the right types of returns for this broadly and unique decentralized finance into areas of centralized finance, and leverage the best techniques within the centralized finance world to maximize those opportunities. I'm very pleased to be here, Sam, and thank you for inviting me.
Great. And one of the key things that I think differentiates decentralized finance from centralized finance is the gamification of the capital raising process. Often it is the government making the decision to take a portion of your hard-earned capital and putting it into a pension fund, the money is locked away for, the remainder of your working life, which may be up to 40 or 50 years. And the money, whilst locked up, is being, of course, driven to create value, but also restricted from creating value because the opportunities these kind of pension funds have access to is very limited. The risk that they can take is also very limited, and therefore the reward is limited as well. The early depositing program that we are launching starting on the 5th and will run for 30 days will be a great opportunity. We will go into a little bit more detail on how people can maximize their rewards from that kind of participation. But yeah, I just wanted to highlight the fact that we're able to gamify and reward those who help us spread the word, ensures that what we're enabling is an opportunity for people to create outsized rewards inside a stable DAO. And this is all thanks to Citify, because the base rewards and dividends are always great. And the strategy to generate those kind of dividends is managed by, of course, a great set of heads here. But how do we grow this ecosystem, and grow it in a way where we are going beyond our hometowns, beyond our own countries, and sharing the opportunity with people from all walks of life in all parts of the world. And I believe that's the gamification aspect. So I just want to pass to Ralph, because you have joined us at Stable DAO, because not only is it of course, an opportunity that can leverage, Ralph, your extensive experience from your pension fund days, but also to the point that because of the gamification, there is, of course, a lot more on-the-ground feedback that you can hear from the community. And I believe that, Ralph, you've been enjoying the opportunity to have two-way dialogue with the community and learning how they want to see this fund grow, how they want to see us deploy, and also how we should interact and behave to maximize their rewards. So over to you, Ralph.
Of course, thank you, Sam. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this exchange, and I think that it's going to be very nice for any party here involved. I just wanted to say I've spent some days in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, with Nick and with Chris. We spent a great time. There was a workload pretty big, except for a very nice dinner we had tonight. Thank you, Tris. We were working all hard, and there was so many paperwork. We had so many important appointments to explore new opportunities or exploit the existing ones and finalize things. And it's very, very exciting to work within this team with all of you, Dr. Kamalabadi, Sam, you, Tris, Nick. It's an honor and it's a pleasure for me to be part of this team. I think we achieved much within these days, and Tris and Nick, they will stay in Malaysia for another week, more or less. They will go to Langkawi, and Nick will give me the opportunity to see all these beautiful sites and places, and then you can report on your own in front of this audience here how great these projects are. I love them so much. Yeah, talking about pension funds, I think I've said it before, and you said you pretty much nailed it, Sam, when you said there is a contradiction within those pension funds or comparable institutions, that they on the one hand they are forced to produce some performance, some interest rates, and on the other hand, because of their statutes or some legal framework or jurisdictions, they are not allowed to invest into certain asset classes or into having investment places that are in many countries. They are not investment classes yet, because there is no whatever jurisdiction, there is no legal framework yet. There are so many differences when you compare like Germany to Switzerland or Portugal to France or whatever. It's just patchwork. There is no whatever jurisdiction that goes for all the EU. Also, just for some weeks ago, the German government decided that profits from or earnings that you have from decentralized investments will be tax-free after holding them 2 years, but that goes only for Germany, and there's different place in different countries in Europe. It's totally different. In Switzerland, for example, it's perfectly regulated. That's quite its Swiss efficiency. They regulate it the smart way, but they regulate it 100%. And that's why the serious decentralized world has migrates more and more to Switzerland, because it's a great environment. So it's patchwork. It's like a quilt that you put on your bed, and it's cool that to work within this environment, because when you have no regulation, there are still opportunities to place some new ideas and to enthrall institutions or industrial companies to go this way and just take a little bit of their funds to put it into. And it's my honor, and that it's pretty much that's my enthusiasm that I put here to enthrall these institutions to take just a little bit of their money, because it's it's so much that there is to spend. The assets are so incredibly high, like in Germany or the EU and UK as well. To spend it into the decentralized world, and I think the Stable DAO, and that's pretty much why I'm part of the team. Stable DAO is one very remarkable and until now unique way to build a bridge between conventional and traditional pension assets management and the DeFi world, because there's real estate behind, there's infrastructural projects, there are things you can look at, there are things you can feel, and there is a tenor, and that other components that make it remarkably nice and desirable for these institutions, and that's what I'm going for. And now that I'm on the airport in KL right now, and waiting for my flight back to Zurich, and the next days will be very busy as well. I will meet some industrial corporations in Germany. I will have another talk with a Dutch investment management group, and I'm preparing my approach to a international network that I've worked with for 6 years now, and they have their next meeting in mid-November. And I want to approach them, or at least the leading parties within this network, with this great idea. So you can see we are all busy So we are all fighting different battles here. And sometimes we come together and we multiply our power and put together our very special skills here. I've said it before. It's a little bit like Ocean's 11, right? So different people coming together here with all their special skills and so different within their life history. And when you look at the bio, I've never experienced such a great team before.
Great, thank you, Ralph. So the highlight of what Ralph said is absolutely true. The restrictions of traditional funds and the traditional structures of the capital flows has meant that many opportunities, especially with Dr. Kamalabadi and Triss's extensive reach, have been missed by these funds. What we want to execute on is bridging the opportunities that they have missed back into their purview through the action of lining up everything to maximize the visibility and of course to check the boxes in terms of how to make these assets have income production capabilities. I just want to highlight that because we want to give a very good jumpstart and maintain the great momentum that we have already seen in the EPP. We want to now bring to everyone's attention the EDP, the Early Depositors Program, which will start on the 5th. And that's because on the 5th, after we're all caught up with KYC, we will be opening up deposits. The opportunity of these deposits is we want to jumpstart everybody's participation by giving an additional benefit to those who deposit in the first 30 days. What this allows us to do is to go into these transactions with more strength, because we have institutional capital matching for every $1 we bring from the community, another $3 that will participate in these opportunities. So what we can see is we're already able to compound the impact and the deal size by 4 times that of the capital that comes in through the retail side of Stable DAO by bringing matching funding from institutions. And that is why we feel when we maximize these kind of deal sizes, it actually plays to a much more stronger and improved return profile. Triss, do you agree to that point?
Absolutely, yes. It's a very powerful combination, and don't forget that we also have gearing and loans that we can also use on the centralized financial side. Would you like me to go through a little bit about the stable points and what we're putting in the new EDP? Because we've got to the end of EPP, as I understand now. I'm quite happy to go through it if you'd like me to.
Oh, yes, please. That'll be wonderful, Triss. Sure.
Okay, so we're introducing stable points, which are instant cash bonuses in USDT. You will earn your reward with one very simple, easy step. Deposit $100 within 30 days of registration. That's from the 5th, I think. Is that right, Sam? You will earn 1 SP to yourself and to your sponsor. So this is a very exciting and very big opportunity for our networkers. So here's EDP explained. Deposit $100 and get rewarded with 1 SP. Each $100 deposit will generate 1 SP. For example, a deposit of $1,000 will reward you with 10 stable points or SP. 1 SP is equivalent to 1 US dollar, and reward yourself with unlimited stable points, which will grow your network from the whole team, for the whole team. SP can be withdrawn directly and instantly to the USDT wallet with just 1 click at any time, any day, 24 hours a day. And there's no minimum limit for encashing SP stable points. So you can multiply your rewards. Participants can encash any quantity of SP stable points directly into USDT to their wallet with no minimum limit. For example, if you have even 10 SP, you can directly withdraw to 10 USDT instantly. Any participant encashing 500 and above stable points will be entitled to 1.5 times the stable points value. So for example, if you reach this 500 level, which is obviously a good point to get to, and it gets better, but let's start with the 500 point, you would be able to encashing the 500 SP at once, you will be entitled to take out 750 USDT instantly. So that's an immediate 50% bonus. However, if you have your participants encashing 1,000 SP stable points and above, you'll be entitled to double the rewards in USDT. So in that case, you would be entitled to twice the amount, which is absolutely incredible. There are some conditions. The withdrawal fee will stay at the $2 flat. Stable points can be earned through your whole team network with a max 50% count of 1 leg rule. And stable points can be encashed anytime, 24/7 without limitations, as I said before. Stable points can be earned only if participants deposit $100 within 7 days of registration. So we'll be putting this out, but just to announce it, I think this will take us from the end of the program that we've just finished into a new and exciting phase, Sam, correct?
Absolutely. We want to maintain the momentum that has already been created by the community in the EPP. Considering
Sam,
that,
a question, point.
Sure.
Since this is the end of the first phase, it will be good to reflect for the audience to hear how short of a time we have been at it. So the date that I introduced you to trees in Malaysia, how long ago was it? 2 months, 2 months and a half? And the time that we have, how long?
Yeah, it was just over 3 months ago, but
Okay.
of course it's built on our friendship for the last 3 years. So
yes, some years. It is yes. I want to show the short in terms of the project and the momentum we created, not as far as the depth of relations has nothing to do with time. But the main point is that even when you did the launching of the event was less than 2 months ago. And of course, this is we had 14 days, but now we extended a few days. So all of those developments, can you imagine once we are half a year down the road and 1 year down the road? It's very important for the early investors to realize that this is a long-term game, our very solid partnerships that is going to be continuum. That's what I was getting at.
That's a great point, Farzam. Definitely.
Many people will try to exaggerate and say how many years we know each other, as if that is the important point. The important is how the synergy is correct and how we are solidly together and how it's going to be long-term, and that you are at a very fast early stage. So that means the whole ecosystem of community is our early partners. We call it LPGPs. So if we are the GP, they are our LPs. It doesn't matter they are retail or they are a large ticket, but they are our LPs. So it is very important for the community to realize that they are part of this growth together with us.
And
absolutely, Farzam.
There's a significant pipeline of prime land opportunities that we could tap into. It means that we are more confident than ever to go to market and raise the significant capital that is available in the market to deliver on our promises. Back to Tris. That's a great explanation of the early depositors program, which we are opening up on the 5th. We do feel that this is going to be a great incentive to help everybody be even more rewarded for the first 30 days.
Absolutely. Remember the 5th of November, as we say in my country, because it was nearly an explosive day, and it'll be explosive for Stable DAO. It'll be a really wonderful thing. And if I could just go a little bit back to Fazem's point, Dr. Kamalabadi, Steve Jobs once talked about the dots that we have in our lives, and the things we do as we go along become more meaningful as time goes on. And certainly, I think between all of us working together, I've witnessed these dots just coming together. And of course, Dr. Kamalabadi saw that before we did. And so he's been guiding us to where we are now. So many thanks and great tributes to his enormous wisdom and understanding of everything to bring us all together to make this happen. And it is astonishing what we've done in the 2 weeks since we've been launched, and I can't wait. I can't even imagine actually next year, because one thing I've witnessed with decentralized finance is that compared with centralized finance and the traditional institutional world that we come from, it's a bullet train. And so what we found is that Sam put us onto this bullet train, and we've all been rushing to get onto the train with our bags and documents. And as we're shooting along in this train, we're filling them in. And I can't tell you how much filling in I've got on my desk here. I think more than 100 pages of documents that we've been going through. But what we've realized is that the decentralized world sets alight the institutional world. And if we can, as we're discovering all these opportunities and everywhere we turn, there's an opportunity to cut things in from the 6 months down to maybe 2 weeks or 1 week, using the new world. And so in that sense, Sam has been leading us through that, which has been an amazing experience for us since we got here. Absolutely incredible.
Thank you, Tris. I'm conscious that not only November the 5th is a very important date for Stable DAO, but November 1st is also a very important date for you as well. So, Tris, can you tell us what you've been celebrating?
Well, it's very close to Ralph. Ralph and I were born within 14 days of each other. But today is my birthday, so yes. So remember the 1st of November as well, if you can. And thank you to all the people that did. I got a message.
Where is the
everyone.
cake? Where is the cake?
We had it earlier.
Cake all day.
We were brought cake. Yes.
This is the only situation that you can have your cake and eat it at the same time, or eat your cake and have it at the same time.
Perfectly, exactly what I said this morning. I wanted my cake and eat it, and this is obviously the best birthday present anyone could have. Working with all of you, it's been amazing so far. I can't wait to see where we're going to. It's incredible.
So I'm glad you're not having any more cake, because it is midnight in Kuala Lumpur right now. So
Time passed.
Probably the wrong time to be consuming something that has such high in calories.
Precisely.
Amazing. So I'm conscious of time. We are running up to the hour mark now. So thank you everyone for again being a part of this boardroom Zoom. Thank you for the community to also be here and witness the synergies in not only the teams but the structured financing deals that we're doing between the traditional financial world and the DeFi funding channels. And I just want to again really appreciate the fact that you guys do take the DeFi world seriously, so that us slightly younger people have an opportunity to participate in significant game-changing and, of course, generational wealth-building deals that we have all been able to show here through your showcases. So our next Zoom will be on the 5th of November. So remember, and we will be talking in much more detail on the early depositors program. There will be documentation that will come up on the website over the next 24 hours. And we'd like everybody to just be prepared and ready to go as we open up deposits on the 5th to begin the process of activating these traditional opportunities through decentralized finance. So again, thanks everyone. Farzam, thank you so much for the update in London. And it's great to hear that you're going to be in Dubai and then back to DRC soon. We have teams flying from Malaysia back to Europe. I believe Ralph is at the airport. He's probably having to run for his plane now because of us taking a full hour this time.
Don't miss.
Yeah, please go ahead, Ralph. Please go ahead.
No, don't misinterpret. Oops, don't misinterpret my screen background. I'm still on the ground. That's all fine.
Oh, wonderful.
I may be on the 5th not available and be on the flight. I hope not. That's a historic day. So,
but you're right. I have my flight to catch. You're so right. Yeah.
No problems. Great, and it's a long flight, all the way from Kuala Lumpur to Zurich.
Yeah, it's like I have some ground time in Dubai, so it's going to be a total of like 18 hours or so, 17.
Wow. Okay, great. I think Nick will be the first time seeing some of these opportunities. So please, Nick, plenty of photos because you, by being in those photos, will make the assets look even better.
We have to talk about this.
Age and guile trumps youth and beauty.
He's a handsome guy.
Yes, no doubt. Great. So thank you, everybody. See each other on the 5th, and looking forward to the launch of the EDP after the successful momentum we've created with the EPP. Again, really appreciate everyone. Thank you so much, and a good evening and good night.
Good night.
So finish the KYCs. Finish the KYCs. That's very important.
Yes, I'm going to jump on a computer right after this call. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.